I mean, what kind of stuff did you guys discuss in the huddle? How did you guys kind of get it together there in between regulation and overtime? Because they had all the momentum on that 11-0 run, kind of rolling into overtime. And after they took that lead, you guys, I think, ended the game on a 17-2 run. So where did you guys find the get it together and kind of flip the switch and take that overtime over?
Go ahead.
I think the biggest part was just motivation to win for our seniors. We didn't want our seniors to go out like that, and it's been such a good year, and we've been through so much that we really wanted to go out with a bang, and we didn't want to lose in the first round.
And, yeah, the two of you guys really, if it's not one kind of pulling the late game heroics, it's kind of been, you know, the other. What is it about your guys' game, or where's your confidence level at when it comes to those kind of late game pressure situations and being able to make key shots down the stretch?
I feel like we feed off each other. Like, if one of us not pulling our end or we're not playing as best as we can, one of us will step up for each other. Like, for instance, Nick hit some big threes tonight that I wasn't able to hit, and which is a clutch player. We also feel like if we motivate each other and stay composed, which is a situation we've been here many of times, we'll sure to come out the win.
And Bob, we've been talking about the overtime, but take me through the end of regulation. What were you seeing that allowed Mines to creep their way back in and end that on an 11-0?
Well, remember, they've won the league 2 years in a row. They're a championship program. They've had, you know, a lot of injuries, but they came in here knowing they had absolutely nothing to lose. Very similar to our situation last year at Adams State, where they just made plays, and you know, we made a few plays that we don't normally make down the stretch. We're allowed to get pressured at a half-court line and get a traveling call, turn it over twice on the inbounds, which we don't do very often. But we held together and stuck together for the overtime, and so I'm very pleased. Again, they're a championship program, and I'm very pleased that we were able to come out with a head at the end.
Yeah. Well, and other than that stretch there where they got back into it, you guys really seemed to kind of get your defense figured out once overtime came. Bob, what kind of changes in, I don't know, either?
We didn't really change anything. I think we did a better job of getting through the high pick and roll and made the shots a little bit tougher, but nothing really other than just digging in and playing better. You know, I thought that, you know, we did that. And I think, you know, they a little bit maybe, you know, got winded a little bit. And, you know, they started missing shots they were making. Both teams made their free throws. So it was, again, it was a tough team to play against. You know, they're not an easy team to play against, and never have been.
Yeah, and for you guys, obviously the one team that's gotten you a couple times this year is Adams State, and you run up against them Friday. It looks like what's it going to take, other than obviously outscoring to get over that kind of hill?
In the last 6 games, Adams has played better than anybody in the league. And they're very deep. They're very physical. They're very well coached. They're a tough matchup for anybody, not just us. So I think if you said it, you know, one thing we definitely need to do a better job of than we've done in the past against them is taking care of the ball. And Pruitt's been an absolute beast against us. We have to figure out a way to maybe keep him off the boards, but I'll let you guard him. How's that?
No, you don't want to put me in there and have me guard him. He'll go for about 105. It seemed like Luke Meisch, their all first team all conference performer, was really the guy who carried the weight for them. What made him so effective in the first 2 halves, and what were you guys able to do to kind of shut him down because he didn't score at all in overtime?
Well, I'll just say I think, you know, Torrey did a much better job of adjusting in the overtime in terms of not letting him get they were trying to post us up, and we were giving them better looks into the post. We wanted to deny Wages the ball in the high post so he couldn't just dump it under to him, and I think Alex did a good job of that. But basically, they're a well-coached team. They looked for different mismatches the whole night, and so it was a real grind, and we knew it would be. And, you know, Nick made some big shots, and obviously, you know, Marcus, you know, always got, you know, even for his size, got 3 of the biggest rebounds, you know, in the last 5 minutes. So it was a hard-fought team win. Say something, Nick.
If you want to follow up on his point there.
I think a little bit of why he was so effective tonight was with the mismatch thing. We were switching the ball screen when he was setting it, which allowed him to kind of have some post-up opportunities on smaller people that he was a little bit stronger than, and then he just made tough shots.
He's interviewed before.
Yeah. No worry. Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch, and we'll see. I'm
Thank you.
hoping to make it